Hello, everyone. I wanted to go over the surveying the text activity for this week. I kind of skipped ahead, but it's number 4 on your materials folder for this week. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click right here under surveying the text. And just a fair warning, this text is somewhat long, but that's the reason why we aren't doing no red ink this week. And then while it is a long text, we'll be working on the activities in both of our Zoom meetings. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click right here. So we're going to go ahead and click here to access the article. So that'll open up in another window. And the article for this week and for this unit, more likely, is What is the Age of Responsibility by Alan Greenblatt. So for this activity, you'll be looking through it, but all we're doing is surveying the text for this activity. So we have this open in one tab. And then we're going to go back here and we're going to click on the AoR Age of Responsibility Activity 3. And again, this will make a copy for us that's editable so that we can type directly within. And then once that loads up, all right, so Activity 3, Exploring Key Concepts. So when should people be considered an adult, and what point should they attain their legal rights of adulthood? And for this activity, we will be able to define the key academic terms rights and responsibilities, so 2 different rights, and by completing the 3 R's graphic organizer so that you guys may expand your definitions of what it means to be an adult and further address the module's essential question, which is up here. So if we scroll down, we'll read the engaging section. So at every stage in life, we all have rights and responsibilities. Often, these rights and responsibilities are granted by our government, such as the right to vote, the right to drive a car, the right to run for an elected office. However, the responsibilities we inherit as we become adults is less clear, and unlike political rights, responsibilities are not necessarily tied to a specific age. Some teenagers have more responsibilities than others, while some adults have way more responsibility than others. But what even is responsibility anyways? Are these more than chores and homework? And what is the difference between a right and a right? And what do these have to do with becoming an adult? So you're going to follow through and you're going to respond to this first prompt that asks you, as a teenager in high school, what are some of your rights and responsibilities? And notice the rights, R-I-G-H-T. Are these solely at school, or do these apply to home, sports, clubs, and or work? So you're going to go ahead, and that's going to be your first response in 2 to 3 sentences. All right, and then we're going to go down here, and under the Explore and Research section, before delving into Greenblatt's article, it is important that we gain some background knowledge on some of the concepts he uses throughout his writing. So below we will find a table with the 3 R's of maturity: rights, and responsibilities. So you guys will be using dictionary.com, or you can use like a physical dictionary if you want, to find the definition of each term as well as an original example in the form of a sentence. So please make sure you are not copying and pasting an example from the internet. You guys need to use the term within the context of an original sentence. So you got rights and responsibilities, definitions, which you will type directly in after looking them up on dictionary.com, and then you're going to provide an example sentence with that word directly in it. Okay, so now that we have a better, and then you will define that, right? So now that we have a better understanding of the academic terms, rights and responsibilities, let's apply these terms by responding to a prompt. The act of initiating rites of a passage as humans grow from childhood to adulthood has been well documented throughout human history. Of course, the ways in which these rites of passage are expressed varies by culture, but a common pattern has emerged. Rites of passage have often granted more rights and more responsibilities to those who have transitioned from childhood to adulthood. In your own life, what rites of passage have you experienced? Did you assume more responsibilities or more rights? If so, what were they? In your response, use at least 2 to 3 key terms, so you need at least 2 of the rights and or responsibilities, and highlight in yellow the terms that you use in your response. And your response should be 5 to 6 sentences. So that response is going to go right down here, and you can talk about it. Once you guys look up the definition for each, it should help you with this section, understanding the difference between rights, R-I-T-E, and rights, R-I-G-H-T. And this can just be a personal account of your life. It could be something that you've watched, something that you've read. But again, make sure you're responding in 5 to 6 sentences. And then the reflect section, how was your understanding of the key terms explored in the lesson influence your view on when people should be considered an adult? Do you feel that there is a distinct rite of passage all people must go through before becoming an adult? If so, what is it? Do you feel that adults must receive more rights and more responsibilities simply for being older? Respond below 3 to 4 sentences. So this is just a reflective prompt that you'll respond 3 to 4 sentences. And when you are done, you are going to finish and submit into Schoology. Thank you.